Okay, this is from the book Underground Guide to Study Skills, and we're just going to get started with study skills. First thing I'm going to talk about is the magic bathroom. A little bit of a question and answer format here. So some people say, well, if you already are familiar with these things because you've seen my other videos, you can just go to my YouTube channel. And for example, probably the best, most quickly valuable video to you will be checklist to become a better student. Okay, but I've got a whole bunch of videos about study skills, and I do have some other ones on the magic bathroom. But real quick, in the context of this book, for people that it's new to, this picture right here is when I was studying for my neuroradiology boards, but the magic bathroom applies to anything. Basically, there's a portable table in front of the toilet, and it's great for reading a textbook type of material. I'll have another little table up here. You can have them on the same table if it's bigger, a paperback. So I'll typically read a number two. During a number twos, I'll read a big textbook. During number ones, I'll just read a quick paperback. Okay? And then on the wall, I'll tape pictures of people who inspire me. There's actually Caldwell Estenson's on the wall. The Greek playwrights are on the wall. Victor Hugo, one of my favorite writers, is on the wall. Rodney Dangerfield, one of my favorite comedians, is on the wall. So anyways, this is the magic bathroom. And some of the ways that I got this idea were a couple things. I was reading the book called The House of God about doing an internal medicine internship in Beth Israel Hospital, one of the Harvard hospitals. And by Sam Hashem was the name of the book. Anyways, it's a great book. And the fat man is a guy who was real smart. He went into gastroenterology because he said there's a lot of money in shit. And he figured he'd become rich doing that. I'd also heard Mozart. He used to like to write letters while he was making a number two. And he wrote, I think it's only fitting to write while shitting. And I said, well, gee, why don't I read while doing a number two? And I found I read it surprisingly. I don't go into the bathroom and leave without reading at least one page. And you go into the bathroom, I counted it on my day off, I go in there like 25 times or more. So I'm constantly, and I'll read more than one page when I got time. So I'm constantly reading a lot of pages there. And then also I saw the Monty Python skit. It said every sperm is sacred. And I thought, well, every void is sacred. Every time I void in the bathroom, I'm always reading a paperback book. Okay, that, by the way, is the book right there. And I automatically read at least one book every week just in this way. There's 52 weeks in a year, so that's 52 books read. And if I got more time, I'll sit in there and I'll read more. But it makes me read a lot. And I'll also put flashcards in there, and I get a lot of work done in that way. So the table's portable, so you can just slide over with your foot. In a sense, this is like modern alchemy. Wasted time, feces, so to speak, is turned into gold. It's like, and you can even have an audio CD player next to it, or your phone listen to while you're brushing your teeth or doing something else, flossing. I also have Lightner boxes for spaced interval repetition system, like with flashcards. It's kind of like what Anki is, but with the real flashcard. And I found this real helpful. So that's one big secret of always having time to read. So every week that goes by, I read at least one book in the bathroom, and I read at least one book in the car because I have to commute to work about 2 hours a day. So that's automatically 2 books a week. So automatically, without even making any effort out of just doing what I have to do anyways, I read 104 books, 2 books per week. So that's a lot of books. So anyways, hope you found that helpful.